Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gayatri Magi and here I am back after a very long time with a topic which is really close to me and ended up breaking a lot of my own belief patterns. So for most of our family and most of the families that we belong to, we are expected to learn cooking and take up responsibilities of the kitchen, especially from girls. And somehow I have always been a rebel and I kept avoiding it for many years. It was not that I'm a bad cook or so, but there was a rebellious, I'll speak about this in detail, but there was a side to me which never wanted to go in the kitchen and work or cook. I've been a brat that way. And my family selflessly kept doing that over and over uh, the past years. Until a few months back, I came across something that my life coach said very beautifully that do you know what is the biggest form of donation or dan as we call it in Hindi? And that is serving food. That is cooking and serving someone food. And do you know why is that so? Because for any kind of donation that you may do, say money for example, the giver may give and give, but the receiver will never really be satisfied. No money is like a complete amount of money that it will never satisfy you. But when it comes to food, when it comes to eating something, it comes to a point where the receiver feels satisfied and content and would say, I am now satisfied. Hence, anna becomes the highest form of donation. And a lot of giving, the concept of giving and being an instrument of happiness for someone came from this area. So as I slowly ventured and situations so happened that I had to take up a responsibility into the kitchen, and with this concept in my mind, it made my overall experience into cooking and doing the other chores of the kitchen really a happy one. And when I introspected much deeper, I realized that I did not want to take up that responsibility because I had observed in general a lot of homemakers around me in the kitchen, housewives as we call them. They were sort of not given an identity. They were made to look weaker. That was what I had been watching around me in the society, and even say on television and everywhere. The kind of content that even came up made me realize that women who worked in the kitchen were weaker. So this was a kind of programming that kept happening in my mind in my growing up years, which turned me into a rebel and made me feel that no, I am not weak, so I will not work in the kitchen because I may end up being taken for granted. But it came to realization that it is in fact a gender neutral thing. Be it a man or be it a woman, both of them are equally expected. I wouldn't say expected, but it is very necessary for both the genders to know how to cook and how to take up responsibility of the kitchen. So this was one major realization that happened basis all this understanding that I was given, and it ended up becoming, and I ended up becoming because of this an instrument of happiness for my family. And uh, it may get a lot of times, but it definitely is something which can really get very meditative at times and is a beautiful experience. So yes, to all the boys and girls out there who have been probably thinking like I thought during my growing up years about being in the kitchen and taking up responsibility of the kitchen, it is only a very beautiful thing, and it is a it is something that each and every one of us should know for the betterment of ourselves and the betterment of a society and for the life we are going to conduct. So yes, do let me know if this has impacted you just like it